Hello guys, introduce my name is Maria.M.Palo from grade 12 Science 2. On this occasion, I will convey my opinion regarding the latest topic regarding education and health after the implementation of restriction on community activities or PPKM. Indonesia is currently experiencing a COVID-19 pandemic crisis. Since early March 2020, Indonesia has for the first time confirmed cases of COVID-19. Since the onset of the COVID-19 outbreak, the Indonesian people have experienced various problems, both in terms of economy, social, and education. Until now, COVID-19 has changed all aspects of human life, especially in the aspect of public health. Thus, the implementation of the health program is focused on handling COVID-19. This pandemic period requires us to change all the ways of thinking, behavior, and ways of working in order to reduce the spread of this virus. Many actions have been taken by the government, but the spread of COVID-19 is still happening. Until early 2021, the government decided to implement enforcement of community activities restrictions or PPKM. This affects the world of education. The government imposes restrictions on face-to-face teaching and learning activities or PTM. Topic 1. The implementation of community activity restriction or PPKM has been a policy of the Indonesian government since early 2021 to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic in Indonesia. If the PPKM is extended until the end of 2021 and there are restrictions on face-to-face teaching and learning activities, then my response as a student is, in my opinion, if PPKM continues to be extended until the end of 2021 and there must be restriction on face-to-face teaching and learning activities, then this can reduce quality of education. Why do I say what the quality of education will decline? Because the implementation of this face-to-face learning restriction has many limitations, especially for growth and development and this psychology of students. Limited face-to-face learning can interfere with children's thinking skills. In addition, this limited face-to-face learning or PTM can reduce the enthusiasm of students in carrying out their duties as students. Students will lose their enthusiasm for learning because they are only given limited face-to-face learning opportunities. Students do not fully understand the material. However, although this limitation of face-to-face learning activities can have a negative impact on education, this face-to-face learning restriction can also reduce the chain of transmission of the coronavirus, and this method is also more effective than students having to continue to do online learning without face-to-face in a year. Is very important for a child, but health is also much more important than education. Both of these things can only be controlled by the awareness of each of us to balance the bad situation with our education and our future. So, in conclusion, the expansion of the PPKM must be adjusted to the increase in the number of COVID-19 exposures in each region. If a certain area has returned to the green zone, then that area is allowed to stop the application of restriction on community activities both in the economy, social, and education fields. Topic 2. Minister of Education, Culture, Research and Technology Nadiem Makarim allows students to take part in limited direct learning activities or PTM in the field of enforcement of community activity restriction or PPKM level 1 to 3 even though they have not received the COVID-19 vaccine. In my opinion, as a Regina Pacis Bazawa High School student who cares about education and health, I do not agree the face-to-face limited learning activities will begin in early September 2021 even though I have not received the COVID-19 vaccine. I do not agree because in the Ngada Regency area this increase those exposed to COVID-19 are getting higher. It is recommended that all Regina Pacis Bazau High School students are required to get the COVID-19 vaccine before conducting face-to-face learning. This is to ensure the comfort and safety of all students. The existence of a vaccine is clearly the best hope to reduce the number of transmission of the coronavirus which is getting out of control. Through vaccines, our bodies will be protected by forming an antibody response without getting sick first. This means that the COVID-19 vaccine is able to protect a person's body from infection with the coronavirus. Not only that, if you are infected with the virus that causes COVID-19, vaccines can help prevent your body from becoming seriously ill or potentially serious complications. Through vaccination, we not only protect ourselves but also help protect all Regina Pacis Bajawa High School students and teachers from exposure to the coronavirus. Therefore, in my opinion, all school residents should first get the COVID-19 vaccine before they enter school. This is to keep our neighbors safe. In addition to ensuring that everything is vaccinated, school must also guarantee the health protocol of the entire school community. Thank you so much. That is my opinion about education and health. Hopeful it will be useful for all of us.